A woman last seen by Pam, now dead.
If I really wanted money, there was an easier way than trying to combat somebody that's physically stronger than me.
Then, a hero becomes the villain. A desperate attempt to stop a divorce, and a killer caves and confesses during a 911 call. Let's start with the call that has just become a series.
County 911, what is the location of your emergency? Okay, ma'am. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I need you to take a couple deep breaths so I can see what's going on. What is the address where you need this to come?
What?
Okay, what is the telephone number you're calling from in case we get disconnected?
I don't know this number. I know my cell phone number.
Okay, what is that number? Okay, who am I speaking with?
My name is Russ Faria.
Russell, what's going on there?
I just got home from a friend's house, and my wife killed herself. She's on the floor.
Okay, Russell, I need you to calm down, honey, okay? I need you to calm down, take a couple deep breaths. We're going to get somebody on the way there, okay? What did she do? Do you know? Okay, calm down, honey. Is she breathing at all?
No.
She is not breathing?
No.
Okay. Russell, is there anybody that we can call for you?
No, my mom.
Okay, Russell, take a couple deep breaths, hon, okay? Okay, what is your mom's name?
My mom is Lucy.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you, hon.
Lucy.
Lucy? And what's her last name?
Faria.
How old is your wife?
My wife, she's 42.
32?
42.
42? Okay, and you're for sure she's not breathing right now?
She's dead.
Okay. Russell, how long were you gone today?
I left around 5. I just got back. But she was at her mom's, and her friend was bringing her home, so I don't know what time she got home.
And you said that, has she been depressed lately?
She's got cancer.
She is, but she does have cancer?
Yeah.
Russell, where's the knife now? I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said, hon. It's laying right next to her?
No, it's in her neck.
It's in her neck? Okay.
Oh my God! Why would she do this to me? Why would she do this?
Russell, they're on the way, hon, okay? They'll be there shortly. Is there anybody else there in the house with you?
No. There's nobody else here.
Was she on any medication?
Chemotherapy.
Okay, can you do me a favor? What I need you to do is I need you to get those medications for the paramedics, okay?
I think they're here on the table.
Yeah, we have everybody coming to you, okay? But what I need you to do is take a couple deep breaths and try to get her medication together, okay? Russell. Where are her medications?
Everything's still here on the table.
They're on the table.
Okay,
where?
Here. There's the pill bottles here. I think these are it.
Okay, where is she in the house?
She's got it in the room.
In the living room? Okay. Where are you right now? Okay.
My God. Oh my God. What am I gonna do? Oh my God. God. Oh.
What is her name?
Her name is Betsy.
Betsy?
Yes. Betsy. No. Oh my God, no.
No, her friend dropped. She went to her friend's house and her friend dropped her off.
She was at her mom's
At her mom's house and her friend dropped her
and her friend was going to bring her home from her mom's house. No. Oh.
Russell, I have a couple officers that are out there right now. Can you do me a favor and open your front door?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's unlocked. It's unlocked.
Okay, can you go meet them at the door?
It's unlocked. It's unlocked.
Russell, are the officers inside with you now?
Oh my God. Right here.
Okay, well, good luck to you, honey. I'm going to go ahead and hang up, and we're going to try to call your mom, okay? All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
The story starts more than a decade ago in a Missouri home when Russ Faria found his wife, 42-year-old Elizabeth, or Betsy, dead in their living room. In December 2011, the 41-year-old left his house and drove to a friend in St. Louis. He left at 9 p.m. and began the half-hour drive home, stopping at an Arby's for dinner along the way. Soon after, Russ discovered the gruesome scene. Betsy had been stabbed multiple times and her body was cold and stiff. At the time, she had been fighting cancer, which had returned after Betsy's diagnosis the year before. She had been told that it had metastasized to her liver and she wouldn't have long to live. So it wasn't a long stretch for Russ to think she may have taken her own life, as Betsy had attempted to before. When police arrived, they quickly determined the death was a homicide, given the number of stab wounds. Even after protesting his innocence several times, Russ was charged with murder after being questioned by detectives for nearly a day.
God is in this room with us right now. And God knows that I did not do this.
Investigators found a pair of his slippers in the house that appeared to have been dipped in Betsy's blood and believed that he may have faked its devastation. Russ would spend nearly 4 years in jail as the system failed him one step at a time. First, the police, then the judge and prosecution, and finally the jury. Yet, in spite of this, it took his defense lawyer, Joel Schwartz, only a few hours to deduce who likely committed the murder. Schwartz was hired by the accused's cousin and advised that he look closely at Pam Hupp, a friend of Betsy's who had been acting strangely. Hupp had driven Betsy home the day of the murder and was the last person to see her alive. The 53-year-old also had a motive. She had been named Betsy's life insurance policy beneficiary only 4 days before the murder. Furthermore, the lawyer found several inconsistencies in Hupp's statements to the police, but the cops trusted the mother of two for some reason.
Did you go inside?
No.
So did you ever actually go inside the house?
I did. Well, we just went in. She turned on the hall light.
The judge at Russ Faria's 2013 trial barred Schwartz from introducing Hupp as a suspect, ruling that none of the issues surrounding Hupp qualified as a direct connection to the murder. The jury also never heard that Pam Hupp insisted on driving Betsy home that night or that she was the only beneficiary. It seemed as if Russ's rock-solid alibi was not enough. The 4 friends Russ had watched movies with testified to his whereabouts that night, as did video surveillance from stops he made and an Arby's receipt found in his car. He was found guilty and ultimately sentenced to life plus 30 years. Until a new trial in late 2015, a judge found Russ Faria was not guilty and set him free. At the end of Russ's second trial, Schwartz warned that if Hupp were not prosecuted, she would likely kill again. And she did.
"911, where's your emergency?
Hey, hello, there's someone breaking in my house. Help!
What's the address you're at?"
No,
Want me to get your wife?
no, I'm not getting in the car with you. No,
What's
get
your
away.
address?
Get out, get out, get out. Help!
Ma'am, what's the address you're at?
Help! Help!
I have somebody breaking
No, no,
Hello?
help! Help!
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Help!
What's the address you're at?
Help! Help! Help!
Hello?
Help! Hello, hello, who is
Are
it?
you there?
Yes, I am.
Where are you
I
at?
have an intruder in my house.
Where are you at?
Yes,
Who broke into your home?
I don't know. I'm here. Help!
Where's he at right
I'm
now?
going outside. I'm going outside. Come on, who's this?
The fire alarms are going off too.
I know.
Is he inside?
Yes.
Is he a white male, a black male?
He's crazy. Hurry. He tried to get me in my car and I ran into the
He
house.
tried to take you into his car?
He tried to take me in my car. Help! Hurry! Please, somebody.
Have officers on the way, ma'am. Where are you at right now in the home?
I'm in the garage.
You're in the garage?
My car. He's still in the house.
Okay, can you run to a neighbor's house?
I don't think there's anybody home now. I'm staying here. I have my dog. I have my puppy.
You have your puppy with you?
Yes.
You have no idea who the subject is?
No.
Are there any weapons in the home?
Yes, there's a gun on my bed. I shot him.
There's a gun on your bed? You shot him?
Yes, I shot him. He tried to get in my bedroom after me, and I shot him.
There's a gun in the home. She said she shot him. Is he still, as far as you know, is he still in your room?
No, he's in the hallway.
He's in the hallway? Is he moving?
Is the hallway? No, he's not moving.
Not moving?
Oh, hurry!
Ma'am, we already have help on the way. Just stay on the line with me. Is the garage door open?
Yes, everything's open. I was leaving out of my car. Where are they?
They're on the way, ma'am. Are you injured?
No, he didn't get me. He didn't get to me.
He didn't get you?
No, he did not get me. They're not here yet. They're not here.
I understand they're not there yet. I'm going to let you know when they're close.
Okay.
Okay, so you are not injured, though.
No.
What's your name?
My name is Pam.
Pam?
Yes. Where are they? Help. Please, where
Pam,
are they?
we have help on the way. Let me know when you hear them.
Okay.
I should have an officer pulling up. Do you see him?
It's an unwhite car. I don't know. It's just a white car.
It's going to be one of our command staff. Is he in a uniform?
He's here.
Okay, I'm going to let you go. Talk to the officer.
In August 2016, Hupp called 911 claiming she just shot an intruder in her home. Police arrived to find a man named Louis Gumpenberger dead on her floor. A clumsy note found in his pocket instructed him to kidnap Hupp and make her turn over Russ's money, a reference to Betsy's life insurance payout. The alleged intruder was a single father on benefits. As investigators dug into the evidence, Hupp's self-defense argument would crumble. Cell phone tracking revealed she had lured Gumpenberger from his apartment and driven him to her house, where she shot him to death. She then planted evidence including a knife that she had bought at a dollar store, and money with serial numbers that matched the ones found on Hupp's dresser. In the meantime, Schwartz had been getting anonymous phone calls alerting him to discrepancies in Hupp's testimony during the first trial, where she had been called as a prosecution witness. She'd claimed her mother had recently died of Alzheimer's, but Schwartz discovered that her mother had, in fact, likely been pushed off a balcony to her death. Hupp was, again, the life insurance beneficiary. How had a woman with Alzheimer's in a monitored care facility fallen through, not over, a third-floor balcony? A housekeeper at Lakeview Park discovered 77-year-old Shirley Newman dead on the lawn in the middle of the afternoon. In the police photos, the railing in question had damaged vertical bars, but the horizontal bars were undisturbed. The answer lay in Hupp's interview with investigators after Betsy's murder. She said that if she wanted life insurance money, her mother would have been easier to kill than Betsy, who was physically stronger than her.
I really hate to say it, wanted money. My mom's worth $500,000 that I get when she dies. My mom is dementia and doesn't half the time know who we are.
Right.
If I really wanted money, there was an easier way than trying to combat somebody that's physically stronger than me.
But shockingly, police never interviewed Hupp about her mother's death. With all of this adding up fast, evidence from Carol McAfee's encounter with Pam Hupp would be more haunting than initially expected. Hupp had tried to lure McAfee 6 days before killing Gumpenberger while randomly trolling neighborhoods. She claimed she was a television producer and was offering money for a video shoot. McAfee knew it was too suspicious, and now believes Hupp planned to shoot her and leave her dead in front of Russ Faria's mom's house. Once the faked kidnapping claims fell apart, Pam Hupp was charged and sentenced to life. She was then also charged with Betsy's murder and is now awaiting trial after a new sheriff, Rick Harrell, who watched news coverage about it from where he served in Afghanistan to get the charges laid. Harrell wasn't the only one frustrated by the lack of investigation in 2011. The prosecutor at the time, Mike Wood, was so upset by the case that he left his job and vowed to return and fix it. He could finally do that in 2019 after winning the new Lincoln County prosecutor election. Betsy Faria's husband, Russ, and Pam Hupp's potential victim, Carol McAfee, have started dating, not after meeting at the courtroom as the series portrays, but through mutual people in their lives. Although it seems like this is the end of the road for Pam Hupp, it's actually only the beginning. The prosecution will be seeking the death penalty during the 2022 trial. This is an ongoing story, so don't forget to subscribe for updates. And while I was researching this story, I found another of the ultimate intruder fighting hero that had a sudden fall from grace years later.
Emergency, emergency. Help me. My God, my wife's breathing. Okay, you need an ambulance? I need everything.
Springfield Police.
Yes, help me.
What's the problem?
I just shot this man in my house.
He's inside your house
He
right now?
He beat my wife.
Is he in there right now?
Yes,
Does he have a gun?
Her brains are everywhere.
Where's the man at?
He's laying on the floor.
Is he dead?
I don't know. He's making weird sounds.
Sir.
20.
Sir.
20.
Slow down. I can't understand you. Slow down. Is the man still in your house?
Yes, he's laying there on the floor with a bullet in his head.
Did you shoot him?
Yes, I shot him. He was killing my wife. Please, my baby's crying. My baby's crying. I gotta go. I'll call you right back. Hello?
Winger?
Yes.
This is the police department. We've got officers en route. I need to know what's going on there.
My wife is dying on the floor.
Okay, is she still alive?
I think so.
Okay, we've got ambulance en route and we've got police officers en route. Where is the gun?
I left it on the table. It's on the table. Please,
Okay.
God, please come here.
We've got people on the way.
Okay.
Who is this man?
I don't know who he is.
He's still inside the house?
Yes, he's laying on the floor. Okay, I gotta hold my wife. I gotta get to my wife.
Okay, are you Mark Winger?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and your wife is Donna?
Yes, she is.
When did the man come here?
I don't know, a few minutes ago. Wait, I gotta get to my wife. Please, just let me get to my wife. I won't hang up, okay?
Okay, we've got officers en route.
Okay, my door's open. Okay.
The case seemed open and shut. A violent intruder beats a woman to death after catching him in the act, the woman's husband shoots him in the head. There have been two dramatically different versions of the death of Donna Winger over the years, but only one can be true. There's the story of her husband, Mark Winger tells, which police mostly accepted, the hero who took on the attacker. The other version suggests Winger was trying to frame another officer and murder his wife. This version seems much harder to believe. The case hinges on a police officer who simply couldn't relinquish a hunch. The perfect couple were respected and successful members of their community. Mark was a nuclear engineer of the state of Illinois. Donna was an operating room technician. Since she could not have children, they adopted a baby girl, Bailey. Only 3 months later, the good times ended abruptly. It all began in August 1995, after Donna visited her mother and stepfather in Florida. She and her 3-month-old booked an airport van for the 90-minute ride home to Springfield. The ride was strange, as was the driver, Roger Harrington, who had been working for the shuttle company for 6 months. Besides speeding, the driver told Donna that sometimes when he drove, this godlike character would come to him and pull him out of his body, and he would be flying above the trees. Harrington also allegedly spoke about orgies. The trip bothered Donna enough that Mark called and laid a complaint against the driver. Less than a week later, the husband was on his treadmill in the basement when he heard a thump. Mark told officers that he went upstairs to investigate where he found their child alone on the bed. Strange noises from the dining room prompted him to grab his gun and investigate. When Mark came down the hallway, he said he saw his wife on the floor. There was a stranger over her, bludgeoning her with a hammer. Hoping to save Donna, he shot the man in the head. When police officers arrived, they found 2 people bleeding on the floor. Blood was on the furniture, the walls, and even the ceiling. Officer Dave Behringer snapped 3 Polaroid pictures while paramedics worked. It was the last 3 pictures in his camera. Meanwhile, Detective Charlie Cox questioned Mark Winger in the bedroom. He told Cox the hammer was his, left out by Donna as a reminder to hang a hat rack, then asked the question, who was the man he had shot? In response to finding out it was that same van driver, Roger Harrington, Mark said the man had been harassing the couple. Devastated by killing someone, he collapsed and cried. But Mark couldn't have been more wrong. The police had cleared him. In fact, they didn't consider him a killer. They considered him a victim, a hero even. According to police reports, the widower said Donna was on her knees with Harrington leaning over her, attacking her with a hammer. Harrington looked up at him and Mark shot him because he was about to hit her again. He told police that at that point, Harrington fell off of Donna and rolled back. The crime scene had backed up the same story. And since Harrington had been a psychiatric patient with a history of delusions, it didn't seem far-fetched. Plus, Cox already knew him. He once broke up a fight between Harrington and his wife. The van driver died shortly after arriving at the hospital. Donna never regained consciousness and died minutes later. Her devastated parents rushed to support Mark. A day after the crime, the prosecutor announced that Mark had acted in self-defense and that no charges would be filed against him. The case was closed, despite Roger Harrington's family pushing for answers. They seemed to be alone in their belief that the story didn't add up until a shocking revelation years later. All along, Detective Doug Williamson was also not convinced of Harrington's guilt. There was no sign of forced entry. The mother would not have let a man she was so fearful of into the house, nor would she leave her baby alone on the bed.
I think we've sort of bonded a little bit.
Oh, I think we bonded a lot.
And Harrington's car was parked right in front of the Winger home. With a piece of paper on the front seat, it had Mark Winger's name, address, and 4:30 p.m. written on it. Williamson wanted to investigate further, but his bosses turned him down. His suspicions grew when Mark kept showing up at the police station. Once, while asking for his gun back, he probed on how the case was going, but it was closed. Another time, Mark stopped in to tell Cox he was getting remarried to his daughter's new nanny, whom he had hired just 5 months after Donna died. Finally, the detectives were on the same page and both pushed to reopen the case. However, for 3 years, their bosses would not allow it. During that time, Mark and his new wife, Rebecca, adopted Bailey and had 2 other children. Then, 4 years later, Donna's best friend, Deanne Schultz, came forward with a secret that had been making her sick. What she was finally ready to say would change everything. Mark Winger had been having an affair with her that began a month before Donna's death and continued for several months after it. Schultz told police that Mark had even talked about killing his wife because he was desperate to get out of the marriage. Of course, the widower would blatantly deny it, but it gave the detectives a new perspective. The case was finally reopened, and while going through the files, they found yet another surprise. 3 Polaroids taken by Officer Deranged on the night of the murders before Donna Winger and Roger Harrington were moved to the hospital. The photos showed the placement of the bodies, something that police say blew Mark's version of events out of the water. The 3 snapshots, which the detectives didn't see during the original investigation, were now the centerpiece of the case. After making the painful admission that they had botched the investigation in 1995, police set out to prove who the real killer was. Evidence pointed to Mark methodically plotting the double murder immediately after Donna's bizarre ride with Harrington on the way home from St. Louis. Finally, in 2001, Mark Winger was arrested. Donna's parents, Sarah Jane and Ira Drescher, were at the trial, knowing that the evidence against him was strong, but still clinging to the hope that something would exonerate him, especially after flooding him with support for nearly 7 years. After nearly 2 weeks of testimony, 3 families anxiously waited for jurors to decide Mark Winger's fate, and 13 hours later, the jury reached its verdict. Mark Winger was guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Mark and Donna's daughter, Bailey, was then raised by Mark's second wife, Rebecca, who filed for divorce. But it didn't end there. In 2006, he was indicted for attempting to hire a fellow prisoner to commit another murder for him, Donna's best friend and Mark's mistress. This was most likely revenge after she became the key witness in his trial. Mark Winger also allegedly tried to have a childhood friend, wealthy real estate developer Jeffrey Gelman, killed for not posting his $1 million bail. The murder-for-hire plot fell apart, resulting in a conviction in June 2007 for solicitation to commit murder. A 35-year sentence was added on top of the life without parole sentence he received in the first murders. A woman attempting to reconcile with her estranged husband handcuffed herself to him.
Fairfield, Connecticut.
What's going on?
My wife has handcuffed me. I need assistance right away.
What happened?
My wife has handcuffed me.
Okay,
She's attacking me. She's handcuffed me. Pair of handcuffs.
Okay.
She's handcuffed me. She's attacking me. I have not done anything to hurt her. She has a record of violence. Please come and help me get out of here.
Okay, Sir, where is she now?
I'm holding her down so I can call you. Please send someone.
Is there any way that you can lock yourself in another room?
No, she's handcuffed herself to me. Please send police.
Okay, is she hurting you, sir? Do you need an ambulance?
No, I don't need an ambulance. I need police.
I got that already, sir. What's her name?
Helen Sun. She has a history of violence. Please.
Has there been any drinking involved?
No.
Any drunk?
No.
And your name, sir?
My name is Robert Java.
Are there any weapons in the house?
I don't know, knives and such. I don't know what she got before she handcuffed me. There could be no. Ow! Ow!
What is she doing now, sir?
Yeah. She's sticking her head. Ow! She's bothering me. Are they almost here? I can't get to the door to open it.
Okay, is it locked?
The door's locked.
Okay. So they're going to have to break in?
Yes.
What started this, sir? Do you know? Why did she do this?
Because I divorced her, or started leaving her, and ow! Oh, God!
Sir? What is she doing that's making
biting my arm?
I'm just trying to keep you on the phone to make sure that everything's okay. Does she have any knives or anything that she can grab or anything?
I don't know what she has.
I know, sir. I already have the address. They've been on the way for a couple minutes now.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
She came out of nowhere and handcuffed you?
Yes, when I woke up.
Where in the house are you?
Out in the back bedroom.
Back bedroom?
Yes, back bedroom.
In March 2009, officers found the couple in the main bedroom, handcuffed to each other. 38-year-old Helen's son was arrested at their Fairfield home while their husband, Robert Drawbaugh, was screaming for help. According to police, while Drawbaugh slept, Son had changed the lock on the bedroom door so that it locked from the outside and took her husband's cell phone and wallet. She then used handcuffs that she had purchased online to shackle him. When the man tried to escape, the 38-year-old bit him on the forehead, arms, and chest. It later came out that the Gatorade that Son gave her husband contained a controlled substance. Helen's son was charged with the illegal distribution of a controlled substance. The charge was in addition to the pending charges of second-degree assault, third-degree assault, first-degree unlawful restraint, reckless endangerment, and disorderly conduct. In Drawbaugh's statement, he told investigators his wife had assaulted him before the March handcuffing. She had allegedly pushed him downstairs, smashed his head into a concrete wall, broke a guitar over his head, choked him nearly unconscious, and beat him over the head with a metal table leg. The couple separated after 8 years of marriage but got back together after Son called regularly and promised to change her ways. The outcome of her trial was not made public, but Drawbaugh ended up divorcing Son. In a similar story, with a far worse outcome, a dispatcher soon discovered the caller was the killer.
What's going on?
My boyfriend's outside. He's been stabbed.
Okay.
And he's bleeding profusely because he takes Plavix to begin with.
Okay. Tell me, what apartment are you at? Are you at the campground side or are you at the...
No, I'm...
The apartment side?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know who stabbed him? Hello, ma'am. Talk to me. Do you know who stabbed him?
Yes, I do.
Ma'am, who stabbed him?
I did.
You stabbed him?
Yes, I did.
Where's the knife?
I'm sorry?
Where is the knife that you stabbed him with?
It's on the floor.
Inside the apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why did you stab him?
Confrontation.
Okay. Are you outside with him now? Can somebody get... Okay. Is he still bleeding?
Yes, he is.
Are you with him outside?
I was. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I came inside to grab my phone.
Okay, I understand. Are you now outside with him?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Okay, what is your name?
My name's Donna Picklesheimer.
Spell your last name for me, Donna. P-I-C-K-L-E?
No. P-I-C-K-E-L-S-I-M-E-R.
Thank you. Okay, Donna. I need you to let me know where you are at now. You're not with the knife, is that correct? The officers are going to need to know that.
No, I'm out here with him right now.
You said the knife?
Oh, my God, I think he's dead.
Wait a minute, is he breathing or not breathing?
I don't know.
Okay, is his chest rising and falling?
No.
No, okay, so he's not breathing?
I don't know, ma'am.
Are you outside with him or are you inside?
Yes, I am.
He's out?
Yes, I am.
Yes, he stabbed him. Inside?
He's dead.
Did you take his pulse? What makes you think he's dead? Donna, EMS is on the way as well. Tell me why you think he's dead. Did you take his pulse?
There is no pulse, ma'am.
No pulse? Okay, stay with me, Donna, okay? Tell me
there is no pulse. What's your
boyfriend's name?
Sean Haney.
Sean Haney?
Yes.
Okay, officers are on the way. Are you going to be able to flag the officers down?
Yes, I can.
Okay. What's the matter?
I don't think he's alive no more.
Okay, just stay with me, Donna. We got EMS and the officers coming to you, okay?
Yeah.
Did you just try to take his pulse?
I'm sorry?
I said, did you try to take his pulse?
Yeah, I don't feel anything.
Okay. How long has he been outside, Donna?
Maybe 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear EMS.
You hear EMS? You hear the officers? Do you see them?
No.
Okay, just stay with me. They're on the way to you.
Fine, I gotta put my dog up, otherwise he'll bolt.
Okay, I understand. I need you to stay on the phone with me, Donna. Don't hang up, okay?
Well, if my phone dies, it's because of the battery.
I understand that, but just try to stay on the phone with me.
In the cage.
You inside or outside?
I'm outside.
You're outside? Do you see the officers? Do you see anybody?
Yeah. Right here.
Are they with you?
Yeah, the officer is. Got his floodlight on. Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Get on the ground real quick.
Hang up the phone.
Okay.
When Ocala police and fire officials arrived at the Oak Tree Village home, they found 45-year-old Sean D. Haney dead. He had been stabbed repeatedly in the upper torso. The caller, 50-year-old Donna Picklesheimer, was wearing blood-stained clothes and reeked of alcohol. She did not speak with detectives and declined an interview with the Star-Banner, but she had told the dispatcher that the weapon, a steak knife, was on the floor in the residence. Police officials recovered the weapon. Picklesheimer stabbed her boyfriend in the early hours of October 7, 2008, during an altercation. She was charged with second-degree murder. It seemed as though the couple had a toxic relationship throughout. In one incident, Haney was found guilty of domestic battery after allegedly hitting and pushing Picklesheimer to the ground during an argument. Picklesheimer was sentenced to 15 years in prison, where she later died from untreated lung cancer. Her death sparked outrage at the level of care in the system, since even as lumps bulged from the killer's upper arm and back, staff prescribed Tylenol and hot compresses to treat her undiagnosed lung cancer. Picklesheimer begged for relief for 4 months. When the woman said she wanted to cut her arm off to stop the pain, they put her in solitary confinement. 6 weeks later, she was dead. For more True 911 calls, watch this episode next.